All righty. Well, welcome everyone as everybody starts filtering in. Thank you for joining us for this virtual presentation. We are presented through and by the Indiana Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan as well. So we're super happy to be hosting and having this opportunity with Capital University, a really great institution that you're going to be hearing about today. Just for the students and the families who may be joining, just a few housekeeping reminders. If you have any questions for our friends from Capital today, please use the Q&A button to type in your questions. Your camera and microphone are both off in this kind of Zoom call, so the only way that we'll be able to interact with you is through that Q&A, so please definitely utilize that. The recording will be available a week after today on the website that you see here on the screen. I will also share this website at the end of the session as well too, just as a reminder. And if you haven't signed up for more sessions, please feel free to do so. And on that website, you will find recordings of other institutions that you may be curious about or may have missed before. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our friends at Capital.
Thank you so much. So welcome everybody if you are watching right now. My name is Summer and I am one of the admission counselors at Capital University. I should actually start sharing my screen right now so you can kind of see while we get started. So like I said, I'm one of the admission counselors at Capital and I'm a Capital University graduate, and I graduated in 2017 with 2 degrees, one in music and one in public relations. I've been in this role for about 3 years so far, and currently I work with students who are applying to Capital that are from out of state, so those of you that might be joining, and I also work with students who are interested in our music programs because we do have a pretty large school of music. I'm joined by my colleague Melody, who also works at Capital, and she will be monitoring the chat for me. So if you do have questions at any time, you can put them in the chat and we will answer them towards the end of the presentation. The overall presentation will probably take around 20 minutes or so. All right, so let's get started. One of the most important things that I can share with you about Capital today, we're going to go over a lot of different things. So we're going to go over the application process, financial aid and scholarships, and just a little bit about what makes Capital so unique. So these are the 4 pillars of Capital. These were developed by faculty, staff, and the administration. And these are some of the things that Capital as a whole really puts emphasis on for our incoming students and our current students. We were founded in 1830 as a Lutheran seminary, and about 20 years later, we were officially chartered as Capital in 1850. So these 4 pillars, in combination with our Lutheran heritage, really make up why Capital is a unique place to attend school. So to give you a little more background on the university and some fast facts, we are a smaller campus, a smaller residential private school, and we have roughly around 2,700 students, and actually this year we have a little bit less than that from a multitude of circumstances, so we have around 2,500 right now actually. When you combine the law school that we also have, in addition to our main campus and our seminary, you are roughly around probably 3,000 at this point. The percentage of first-year on-campus residents does remain about the same. I mentioned that we are a smaller campus with a lot of walkable amenities, which I will actually get into a little bit further. So you can see here that a lot of our students choose to live on campus for a variety of different places that we offer. But the overall commuter rate for Capital is around 43%. So Some more facts for you. Capital, being a smaller institution, we still have many opportunities for you to engage in different things. First and foremost, academics. We do have over 60 majors to choose from, ranging from the sciences to an engineering dual degree. We have a law school 3+3 program, conservatory of music, history, seminary, so many things. I encourage you to go onto our website, which I will share later, to do some more research. We have a student to faculty ratio of about 12:1. So our class sizes are traditionally a little bit smaller, but students really love that and thrive in that environment. You really get to know your professors and other people on campus. It would be very common for you as a student to have a professor for more than one class. Some of them teach multiple different things. One semester, I had a professor who taught 3 of my classes, which I loved her. So it worked out in my favor. And I just really appreciated getting to know her on a deeper level as well. She became a really great resource for me when it came to job hunting. Average class size is around 20 students, and I would even venture to say, depending on your major, that could look a little bit smaller. I had a class of 6 people once. So if you are a student who is looking for an environment that's a little more tight-knit and more hands-on, this might be a place for you to consider. One of the other things that I want to mention is that we do have a large population of students that don't know what they want to study when they come to college. I certainly had an idea, but then I changed my mind completely my first year in. About 60% of students change their major at least once at Capital. So we have a program called Opt Open, which allows students to come to Capital undecided and take at least the first year, if not the second, to discover what you're interested in. So you'll take some intro courses. You will work with somebody in our career development office to act as your advisor and kind of navigate you through some different career choices, and hopefully ultimately you'll be able to decide on a program that fits you the best. Kind of transitioning here. So I am speaking to many of you from Indiana. And so one of the things that makes Capital University such a unique place is truly our location. Columbus has a lot to offer. It's a thriving city. It's a young city. You can see some of these facts here. I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I moved to Columbus for Capital, and I have not left. I love it here. There's so much to do. There are lots of opportunities for internships and jobs. And all to say, our campus is actually only about a 7-minute drive from the heart of downtown. So we kind of live in this niche of small town college feel, which I'll talk about next, but also getting big city vibes but not being too close, which is kind of nice. I mentioned that Capital is located in a smaller niche of Columbus, so we are located in the suburb of Bexley. Everything here is a college student's dream, truly. Walkable parks, restaurants, a grocery store, a movie theater across the street, worship spaces, parks. I think I mentioned that already, but there's just a lot to do for a college student within walking distance. If you are somebody who might not have a vehicle available to you when you come to college, this is a great place because there are so many things you can walk to get all of your necessities. My favorite place to go down Main Street is Cherbourg Bakery, where they have just a wide variety of baked goods that they make that morning every day. It's wonderful. So I mentioned that it's walkable. You just walk across the street from our campus and you hit the majority of these places. Some more facts for you here. These are some of the things that we also think might be important for a student looking at different colleges to know. One of them being that we do have sports teams and athletics. So 1 in 5 students are athletes at Capital. We are a Division III school. And one of the other facts that I really appreciate is that 34% of our students are the first in their family to go to college. So we do have a large percentage of students who kind of fall under that first generation category. One of my other favorite facts is also listed here. 95% of our students are employed within their careers or enrolled in a graduate school or professional school 6 months after graduation. The other 4% of students have indicated that they weren't looking. So the odds are definitely in your favor. We have faculty that encourage students to find job opportunities and can share those with them too. It's kind of the perk of being a smaller institution as well. The 4-year graduation rate for Capital is also around 55%. One of the other things that Capital really highlights on and looks for in their students are engagement opportunities and the passions that you as a student are going to bring to the university. So we have a multitude of different things that you can join. Study abroad, a musical group, research projects, community service. Those are all things that you might, as a student in high school, already do already. Maybe you do one of those things, maybe you do 5 of them. We love that, and we want you to bring that with you to Capital. For me, choosing a school, I wanted a school with a really unique music program and choir. So Capital had that for me. That was something I did in high school and theater. So just using that as an example. We do have a lot of student organizations as well, over 90 different ones to choose from, ranging from fraternity and sorority life to honors clubs and organizations, and things that are more silly like NASCAR club. All right, we're going to take a quick transition to the last part of the presentation before we take questions. These are the more admission-related specific details. I told you a lot about the Capital, what makes it special, why I love it, and now we're going to talk about admission requirements. For us, the admission process, we want to make it as simple as possible for you. The first step is to complete and submit your application, and you can do so by applying directly on our website, www.capital.edu, or you can use the common application. You can find us there on both of those platforms. We do need your official high school transcript with your application to be considered for admission, and you can send those in by connecting with your school counselor. Our application is completely free to apply. Either way, Common App or on our website, there is no fee to do so. You'll see next on the list is that if we have some choices if you want to apply with a test score or not. So we are a test optional institution as of this year. So as a student, you can decide if you would like to submit your ACT or SAT scores or apply without. If you choose to apply without, there will be some additional questionnaire that is required of you to fill out at this time. All of the admission requirements across the board for Capital are primarily the same, with the exception of the 2 programs listed here, Conservatory of Music and Nursing. We do have specific nursing requirements. We are a direct admit program, so you do need to have a certain GPA and ACT score that does need to be submitted. You cannot apply to Capital, test optional for nursing. Conservatory is a 2-part process as well, so you do have to submit an audition. And if there are questions about either of those, please put them in the chat and I can elaborate a little bit further, or you can check out our website. Our application is of course open now. We are on rolling admission, but we as counselors will encourage students to apply prior to December 1 to have maximum opportunity for different scholarships that we have available. This is the test optional information that I mentioned. We encourage students to upload supplementary materials if they choose the test optional route, and we have some listed, and not all of them are required. You can add as many or as little as you would like at this current time. So if you are a student who is taking IB courses, AP classes, or College Credit Plus, we do accept those, and we do have resources on our website available to you, so you can see exactly what transfers over. And if you have any questions, you could also ask me, or if you are within the university, we can send you some additional information. I think this is just helpful to know, because as long as you have a passing grade in like your College Credit Plus class, and traditionally in AP classes, a 3 or better will give you some sort of college credit in the form of maybe a class equivalency or electives. And this frees up some time in your college schedule if you do have these, but it's okay if you don't as well. Kind of transitioning back a little bit into those scholarships that I mentioned, so that priority 1 deadline. These are some common scholarships that I will briefly go over, and if there are questions, absolutely put them in the chat. But the application that you fill out to Capital doubles as your scholarship application. So that's one of the most important things I can tell you all as you might apply to Capital. Make sure you fill out the application in its entirety and you answer all the questions, because just by submitting that application and being admitted, you will be considered for a handful of scholarships. Applying prior to December 1 opens up opportunity for you to be eligible for our distinguished scholarship competition. You'll see at the bottom of that list. That's a full tuition scholarship competition. And those take place in the wintertime. And we want you to be an admitted student by then to meet that requirement. Some of the other ones you'll see here. So the Conservatory Performance Award comes from auditioning. And one of the other scholarships that I want to highlight on is the Good Guarantee. The Good Guarantee is for any student who has a parent or guardian who works in nonprofit or public service. So this could be healthcare, education, government, law enforcement. If you have a parent or guardian that falls under this category, you are guaranteed a half tuition scholarship. So this is really, really exciting. We love this scholarship and we hope that you will apply if you qualify for this as well. It's a question that's asked on the application. If there are more questions about scholarships, feel free to let me know. But as we kind of come to the end of this presentation, I want to highlight on some visit opportunities for you. So we do offer virtual visits. If you want to speak with one of us individually over Zoom, you can go to our website and schedule, and that will also include a virtual tour with some of our current students. We do have some faculty available to meet with you if you want to discuss a certain program. Maybe you're an athlete and want to get in touch with a coach. All you have to do is go to our website and schedule that way. We are also offering limited in-person visits as well. So if you are able to come to our campus, you can schedule that online as well. And that includes a short campus tour and an in-person meeting with an admission counselor. And then these are 2 preview weeks that you can register for on our website as well that I want to mention. The first one is Student Life Preview Week, where we will have sessions similar to this, but maybe a little less formal, on financial aid, alumni panel. There will be a leadership session. So our president will be on there speaking to students. And then the virtual academic preview week, we will have faculty from different areas leading sessions on those programs. So I encourage you to take a look at those. Most of them take place in the evening. So you'll have an opportunity to maybe after school or after some of your extracurriculars, you can hop on and join us. Short timeline of a senior in college and what you can expect to kind of experience as you are working on your applications. For Capital, these are just some of the things we encourage. I did not yet mention filing the FAFSA, but that is open and available for seniors and transfer students to apply for as well. National College Decision Day has been deemed May 1st, and that is when we do encourage students to submit their enrollment deposit. It is $100 to deposit across the board, regardless of where you're coming from, if you're living on campus, and we will work with you through that process once you get there. Last thing, this is just my contact information. So I work with all students in Indiana. So we would be working together if you decided to apply to Capital. So you'll see my information here. I encourage you to follow us on social media because we do post almost different content that is hopefully engaging to both families and the students that are looking at Capital. And that is all I have before we can take questions. Thank you so much.
I can unmute myself. Thank you, Summer and Melody, so much for your time today. If any students have any questions, feel free to throw those into the Q&A, of course. If you have any questions that linger beyond this, please feel free to email their admissions office, or Summer directly, of course. But otherwise, have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to share my screen really quickly just for some final reminders and housekeeping items for everybody. Oops, there we go. So students and families, once you exit out of this, you will have a quick survey that comes up, 4 questions, super easy to answer, super helpful to us to ensure that we are serving you the way that you would like to be served. Sign up for more sessions at the website here, inacac.org/virtual-college-exploration. And of course, the recording will be available a week from today on that website as well. All right, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much, friends at Capitol, for a great presentation, and have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks for having us.